But there has been some research, particularly University of Lethbridge up in Canada, shows that the CBD is able to inhibit this particular enzymatic pathway that the COVID virus uses to gain entry into the cell. It does seem that CBD is able to inhibit or up to about 70% of the access pathways that this COVID virus is using to gain entry into the cell.
From MJBulls Media, it's the Raising Cannabis Capital Show. Today in Raising Cannabis Capital, we are joined by Dr. Stuart Titus from Medical Marijuana Inc. Dr. Titus, welcome to the show.
Well, it's great to be on. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
I'm so glad to finally have you on the show. We've known each other for a long time. Medical Marijuana Inc. was an exhibitor at my first cannabis trade show back in 2014, and you've been a speaker at almost every one since. For our listeners, Medical Marijuana Inc. was the first publicly traded cannabis company in America, the very first publicly traded cannabis company in America, and it trades under symbol MJNA. That's MJNA. There are very few companies that have had a greater impact on the cannabis industry. We'd need 10 shows to cover everything that you've accomplished just over the last decade plus. So to keep within our time, I want to focus today's discussion on CBD. Most people would agree that Medical Marijuana Inc. started the CBD craze. And I know it's a long story, but can you give us the cliff notes on what it took to get the first CBD products to market?
Well, it was certainly a great challenge to be able to bring a nutraceutical or nutritional supplement form of hemp-based CBD to U.S. and world markets. So certainly we had thought this would possibly be a tremendous dietary or nutritional supplement for individuals. But the entire process was quite extensive. We really started in 2007 working with some farmers over in the European community where hemp was legal to be grown, and that certain parts of the hemp plant, particularly the hemp stalk itself, could be utilized for industrial purposes and thus taken off the field. So getting the right source, country, farmers, laws, etc., to go through this undertaking was certainly something we worked on for many years. But after 4 crop cycles in the year 2011, particularly the fall when we got near harvest time, we thought we had a high enough concentration of CBD in this hemp crop to potentially be useful, and went ahead and did our harvest, and then took the harvested hemp over to the extraction facility. And just like you got olive oil from olives, we got a nice CBD-rich hemp oil. And once we had this, then we had to develop import-export regulations to take this CBD paste, if you will, from Europe back to the U.S., where we could potentially work with it to make final products and formulations.
Oh my gosh.
So we went through a lot of import-export regulatory issues. We wound up fitting our product more into the hemp food category, and hemp foods in the U.S. had been legal since 2004. And we eventually wound up making finished products. We, again, fit our products into this hemp food category. And because we were extracting from the non-scheduled parts of the plant in particular, we felt we were legal in all 50 states. So we were the first ones to really come out with a product that we considered and we promoted as legal in all 50 U.S. states. But when we started to market and sell products in the spring of 2012, and there wasn't any federal interference with interstate shipment, the industry really was born.
Jeez. So this is, what is a 5-year journey from 2007 to 2012 before the product was actually available to customers. That's crazy.
Right. So it's really been wonderful to see the market develop over time. And now we've certainly been in the market arena for about 8 years. We've really seen some tremendous growth, not only here in the U.S., but also around the globe.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, you were a driving force behind CBD in the United States, but you're also at the forefront in other countries. So let's talk about some of the other countries where you have subsidiaries or you distribution networks.
Yes, we have a wonderful number of subsidiaries. Our hemp meds sales division has operations in both Brazil as well as in Mexico. We have a wonderful medical group down in Brazil. The regulatory authority has seen such a great benefit. Many doctors are also now being able to write prescriptions for additional uses, things such as chronic pain or fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, a few other neurological conditions. And been over 6 years in existence, and certainly done a great job moving towards product registration. Hemp Meds Mexico was founded in February of 2016. Here, the government of Mexico could see the benefit of CBD, yet many of our products contained a trace amount of THC, and thus the government of Mexico, being very adverse to THC with the drug wars, the cartel violence, etc., really challenged them to develop a fully THC-free version of CBD, and mentioned if we could do so, that likely this would get approval. Well, we worked on this in the fall of 2015 quite extensively with our laboratory technicians, and by the Christmas time, turn of the year 2016, we actually had a product that was being tested. It was approved, and certainly this was wonderful to have a fully THC-free version that was approved in the country of Mexico, again by doctor prescription, but for the young children with the epileptic seizure disorders. Utilized this concept with our Canaway direct sales, a multi-level marketing channel, and in November of 2017, we opened our products to the European community. Here we sell just THC-free products. It's been wonderful to see the great reception we've had in the European community. And more recently, we've had good success in operations in the country of Japan, and just starting some marketing efforts in the country of Vietnam. And we're seeing many people just with their anecdotal stories getting some great health and wellness benefits. And so everyone from just the average person to professional sport athletes are really seeing some great benefit by taking CBD products.
Well, you just are leading me right into my next question, and that is, you can't have a conversation with anybody in this industry where eventually the conversation doesn't turn to, can cannabis help with the COVID virus? There's no one better equipped to answer this question, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Can cannabis help with COVID?
Yes, there has been some very nice early research showing that there is a potential benefit. Of course, your cannabinoids, and particularly CBD, seems to have a wonderful effect to bolster the body's immune system. But there has been some research, particularly University of Lethbridge up in Canada, shows that the CBD is able to inhibit this particular enzymatic pathway that the COVID virus uses to gain entry into the cell. It does seem that CBD is able to inhibit or up to about 70% of the access pathways that this COVID virus is using to gain entry into the cell. So that's been the first bit of research showing some nice potential benefit for CBD. And additional research has been done over in Israel. What they've found is that CBD, through its anti-inflammatory properties, been able to alleviate this cytokine storm, if you will, that happens with the advanced stage patients. And here, basically, CBD's anti-inflammatory properties, particularly if it's combined with terpenes, seems to work between 2 and 3 times better than the traditional pharmaceutical approach. So 2 really nice pieces of research. Certainly we're looking very much forward to supporting additional study and research on this. And I think certainly there is some really nice potential benefit.
Well, I'm sure there are some listeners out there right now that are regular CBD users and are feeling good about themselves because if nothing else, it's given them a little shield against this virus. And if there's people out there that are doing some research, I'm sure Dr. Titus would love to speak with you. Medical Marijuana Inc. has so many resources at their disposal that could be really helpful, I'm sure. We
do have a couple of divisions that are in pharmaceutical development, so certainly they're looking at this, particularly our Axon Biotechnologies group. They've been working to develop a rapid test mechanism where they'd actually be able to take someone's blood, just a little finger prick, and within 10 minutes allow you to see if you have what are called COVID neutralizing antibodies in your system. which just means that you're able to produce the necessary antibodies within you to be able to fight off infection. So certainly we're excited about some of the work that Axum is doing, not necessarily related to CBD, but certainly trying to address this COVID situation.
Wow. Well, we just wish you the best with all your research and everything that you've done. And again, thank you for arguably introducing to the world CBD. I know how much it's helped a lot of people. And I will have all of his contact information and information about medical marijuana stock symbols in the show notes at mjbulls.com. Dr. Titus, we have to schedule another interview because we just scratched the surface of all the things that I'd like to talk to you about today. But thank you for being on today's show.
Certainly great to have the opportunity, and certainly thank you very kindly for helping us share the message.